I just woke up from being asleep and I had this wild ass dream about me passing through a town or somewhere. It was at night and I walked in a house that was a camp house. It was GMS camp house. And when I walked in, everything was white. The walls were white, the doors and everything. But it was like an apartment type of deal or condo. But it had many rooms in it. And I'm walking upstairs, and for some reason, I can sense that a lot of brothers from GMS were in the house. They lived there, including the elders, Gabar and Tahar and Gabar, Apostle Elder Gabar and Tahar. They lived there, and a lot of other brothers. But what was peculiar about this dream was that it was about 4 brothers still left there. And I asked them, where did everybody go? Like the elders and everybody went. And they were like saying, well, they just left and, they didn't really have an answer. But they were just more comfortable about staying where they were at. The demeanor of the brothers, I don't remember any particular faces or anything like that, but the brothers were there and they were happy that they were kind of like, just staying there. They were comfortable. So the kitchen, it was a kitchen and everything was white. The appliances were white. So it was like a roommate type of setup. And it had a lot of rooms in it upstairs. But, I looked around and everything. I didn't go in any other rooms, but all the other rooms were closed. And I can tell that this was where Apostle Gabar stayed, Apostle Tahar stayed, other brothers stayed in this room, but these brothers were in one room, and it was a spacious room, and they just stayed there. I don't remember any particular layout of the room or whatnot, but I know they all had their own space inside of that room, and it was big enough. And so then the dream jumps, and I guess we're like outside again, and they're working or doing something close to the building, or wherever they're at. It's like a little complex, and they seem very happy and content to stay. Like they didn't seem concerned. It was like I sensed that the apostles and elders tried to tell these brothers to leave, get right and whatnot, and they didn't do it, and they stayed, got left behind. And when I came upon them, they were still in that mindset. Their attitude was like, we don't really, we care, but we heard what they was trying to tell us, but we want to stay. We're more comfortable where we at, content. And it was like unbelievable. I was like, why didn't y'all go with the elders or everybody else? That's why I'm thinking and stuff. And I could start seeing how they were really connected with the truth or whatnot. They weren't really men, servants of the Lord, because of their demeanor, how they would talk to each other and stuff, and deal with each other. It was all more like not a brotherhood, not a spiritual brotherhood, but like in the street kind of way. They was just rooming, and they was kind of happy that they were, nobody else wasn't there but them, So I stayed around for about 4 hours with them in the dream. And I was like, yeah, the way they was just carrying themselves, it wasn't men that were doing the work per se. So I hung around, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go. And they was cool to me. They weren't disrespectful or anything like that. But I was like, damn, the elders and everybody's not here. That's all I kept thinking in my head. They're not here. They're gone. And the house was clean and everything. It was all white doors, white, like I said, white refrigerator. I went in the refrigerator. I opened it. It wasn't nothing in there. No food or anything. And the cabinets in the kitchen and everything were all white. Everything was clean. But these brothers were, and that when I could tell about their garments or whatever they were wearing, I don't know specifically, it reminded me of the outside when I came in, like darkness, just gloominess. Like they didn't have, like, I didn't sense or see in the dream spiritual garment on. But I came from the outside. I was looking. I stumbled upon the camp. I guess camp house, GMS camp house or whatnot. And Apostle Gabar and Tahar, I can sense they were there. But and the bishops or top men, they were there with these men. And they were like normal. These men were low. I didn't sense that they were high ranking or anything. But they were in the camp. They were in GMS, but they didn't want to go. They stayed. They didn't believe. And I sensed that the apostles and everybody was talking to them, but they couldn't get through to them, so they left them in the camp house, and they were gone. And I stayed with these guys for 4 hours, just listening to their demeanor, how they were talking to each other, and how they were like, they were content, happy, and where they were, not moving forward or not leaving or not going with the camp. And that was it. So I stayed with them for 4 hours. I got the hell up out of there, and I went back. I got out of there, and I continued to move on. It's like I was traveling. I was by myself, of course, and I was still going. So I just wanted to bring that dream out. Yeah. So with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash. Shalom. Yeah, that was a weird dream. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and the servants of the Lord and the men of the Lord that do the work. Yeah. This is why I'm on a mission.